Welcome to Eastern High School. This is going into our third game. The Eastern Lady Musketeers are going up against the Crawford County Wolfpack. This is a familiar foe. It's something we see pretty often. We see them every year. It seems like they're always a sectional opponent, and they're coming in playing pretty much the exact same schedule we have played over this first couple weeks of the season. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. Eastern coming off a big win last night against county rivals Salem. Really just put the second half away really well. First half, we didn't play bad. We just didn't get our mojo going, and then that second half we were able to unload a little bit and really take advantage of it. Really, you got to feel good about coming into this game tonight after what we saw last night. I'm here with Sean Smith. He's going to be in and out throughout the night. Sean, what did you think about last night? What you saw?
Nobody's depicted. There's people are saying stuff about, is that the body? What's wrong? See, there's no body depicted. They're thinking that that's a body. Did say it was dead.
Really, she's averaging a double. Sorry, she's averaging 10 rebounds a game, and throwing 3.5 assists and almost 5 steals a game. So she's a great player. She's their go-to. My question is going to be, what do they have around her? What can they get her the ball, and can they handle that pressure? They lost 2 guards off of last year's team. I know they're returning number 5. That's Adams. I think she's going to be their point guard tonight. How well can they capitalize her? And I talked to Coach Drury just a little before the game, and you're not going to stop Stroud. You're not going to stop her. No. The question is, can we contain her, and can we make it hard on her every single time out?
It's similar to the North Harrison game a little bit. With the Goldman girl. I think ironically those two played together up through most of middle school. Really, it'd be kind of scary to think of those two together on the same court.
Yeah, that would be lethal. Yeah,
but similar to that. I mean, I think it looks like some others are the Adams girls almost 9 a game. So I mean, they're getting some offense from some other spots, but Stroud. Yeah, I mean, the big thing is you just don't want Stroud to just go have a crazy 30 to 40 point night.
Right.
You got to try to contain her a little bit and not let anyone else have career nights against them.
The one thing for us, I think, when our bigs get in foul trouble, it just puts some strain on us. I think we're pretty deep, but you've got, Avery's going to battle in there, but she's giving up a lot of size.
Yeah.
Sydney and Emma, I think can battle with her. Can they go 2-on-1 against her all night? Sydney, I don't think we can afford to get in foul trouble. Emma can't get in foul trouble. Then we just get a little bit shy there in the post position, and I imagine she's thinking, how can I get these girls out? I think offensively we've got to attack her and make her guard us. You get a player of that caliber, she definitely wants to stay on the floor. So how aggressive is she going to be defensively? So can we attack her? And not be silly, because she's going to get some blocks. She's going to try to control the game by herself if possible.
Sure.
So how will our bigs kind of respond to that?
Yeah, Chris does a really good job. He's going to have them prepared. I would assume they're going to zone, and so it's going to be a little different zone than what we saw last night, because you're going to have a 6-foot girl in the middle of that thing, and
right.
And that's going to be tough. We're going to have to be able to get in there and get her in a position where maybe we can draw some fouls on her. That would be good. I wonder the tempo. I'm interested to see the tempo that Crawford plays with. I know in the past they've seemed to like to run a little bit. I think that we're at our best when we run, so we'll see. We'll see.
This year so far, in 4 games they're averaging about 45 a game. So not playing at an incredibly high pace, but they're holding teams at 37. You know, and again, they've played the same teams we've played. You know, we're averaging in the 60s. Again, we like that pace a little bit more. In talking with Coach Shuri, she did say, hey, we're going to get after a little bit more. She was a little hesitant in that first half last night. And then really, you know, the third quarter we started to press. And just, you know, the way we get deflection and get hands on stuff and just create some chaos. And we've got the athleticism to take off with it. You know, I think that's going to be key tonight. Can we keep them at a pace that they're not as comfortable with? He's got a lot of girls. Crawford's got a lot of girls that played, but how much depth do they actually have as far as can put the ball in the basket? You know, and that's a little different.
Yeah, we kind of wore Salem down. You know, they don't have a lot of depth. Their 5 did a really good job, but and they may have a kid come off. But I mean, that's the thing at the pace of play. If we can get the game up tempo, that's how we like to play, and I think that's to our advantage. If we get locked into, you know, more of a 40 game in the 40s, 30s and 40s, that's certainly going to be to their advantage. So just looking at those 2 numbers, the 62 points a game versus the 45.8, the 45 points allowed versus the 37 allowed. It's going to be the tail of tempo a little bit, I think.
Right.
Who can force their tempo?
I agree with that. Again, I think one of Eastern's strengths so far, what I've seen, and it's been really nice to see just that unselfish. You know, we got almost 5 girls, almost averaging double figures. You know, I think we got 3 in double figures and 2 that are at 9 point something. You know, and through a couple games, I know we don't have a huge sample size, but that's a pretty awesome thing for high school girls teams. You get 5 girls that are getting double figures most games until you stop. You know, and you know, last night, you know, I think Sydney had a really nice game, especially there in that second half. Able to get some things. You know, Addie didn't score quite as many. She had a real nice first game where she had 20-something, you know, whatever. You know, Avery was a monster on the boards last night. So, again, we've got a lot of weapons, which is an exciting thing to see. How can Crawford go up against that? Because I just don't know that they got the weapons. You know, I don't know if they got 5 weapons or 6 weapons or 8 weapons. Yeah. They got one big weapon. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like you know where their offense has to come from. Where, you know, we have a situation where a lot of different people could eat on any different night. You know, so those are fun teams to coach when you have great balance and you share the basketball and make people start chasing around and see if you can get a really great shot instead of trying to force a good shot maybe with your best player all the time. So. Yeah, we'll see.
Again, Fort Crawford, really outside of Stroud, not an overly big team, you know. So, you know, we're not a super big team either. Obviously, Bronner's got some height on her, Sydney a little bit, but we're probably out bigger than they are at most positions other than Stroud, you know.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be, can we control the boards? Last night, I think that's the thing that pushed our whole first half. The only reason we were up in that first half is because we just dominated the offensive glass against a much smaller team.
Yeah.
And we have that team rebounding. You know, it's not going to be Sydney get 10 or 15 rebounds. I need everybody to get 6, you know.
Yeah.
And so far through a couple games, that's what we've seen. And I think it's going to be really key tonight. You know, obviously Stroud's going to be a load on the glass, but you know, I think gang rebounding is what we called it in high school. Is just it's all of us. We're just all getting after it. If somebody gets a piece of it, somebody else gets it, and then let's get in our break and let's go. I think that'll be a huge thing for us tonight. That'll be a number that I'll be interested to see at halftime. What that rebounding stat is, especially on the offensive glass. I think it'll be telling for the tempo of the game. I think it'll be telling for who's in control of the pace and everything. So
yeah, absolutely. I think you got to always have a body on Stroud. I'm sure she, you know, collects some of those 23.5 points a game off of offensive stick back.
Right.
And she's getting 2.5 offensive boards a game. So I mean, you got to figure that if she gets an offensive rebound, it's a pretty good chance she's going right back up with scoring it.
Right.
You got to do a good job there, and you know, you get rebounds. We got to get out and run. I think it looks like we need to not just pitch it to somebody and walk it up the floor. I'm sure their zone's going to be. I'm sure they're going to probably play zone.
Right.
I would guess.
Right.
And they're going to be scrappy. It's going to be a scrappy zone with their quick kids all flying around out there around Stroud and knowing that if they get beat, he's in there lurking. You know, for block shots.
I'm a little curious whether he goes with more of a 3-2 zone than a 2-3. If he wants to keep Stroud back in the zone, or if he wants to keep her up top of the key and just that link, get a piece on stuff. You obviously he knows the strength of our guards. Is he thinking maybe he could take away a little bit of that, putting her up top?
That or extend out, maybe even like a 1-2-2 extended out, just really try to keep us contained, but just be really scrappy with his quickness around her.
Right.
Or 1-3-1 maybe, and have her down on the block, stuff like that.
But I probably agree with you. I don't think he's going to want to try to run with us. I don't think that's going to play into their strengths. I think he's going to know better than that to try to keep us going. So we're going to cover a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the starting lineups for tonight's contest. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
Led by new head coach Mariota. He's the captain for 30. He's at the 25, for 20, for 15, for 20. Don't miss a single moment. Total score. It's Willie Baker's head to Washington. Today, Rich McKinney is right here on Crawford for Boulder Ventures Football. Pursuing local sports field.
Hi, this is Becky White at the John Jones GM City dealership in Salem. Let's check in with Caleb Ferguson for the John Jones Auto Minute.
This is Caleb Ferguson with John Jones Auto Minute. If you want Joe in, call us timely me. 105, bonfires, and time to make sure your car's ready for the goal. We're helping folks get road ready for cooler weather. With free multi-point inspections and scheduled maintenance, great prices on tires, batteries, and brakes, and service sections that'll keep you rolling all season long. And don't forget our fall sales event with huge savings on Chevy Silverados, Traverses, and Equinoxes. Yep, whether you're tailgating, leaf piling, or just trying to beat that first draw, John Jones GM City has the deals to keep you comfortable and confident behind the wheel. Plus, we've got locations close to home in Salem, Gordon, Scottsburg, and Greenville. John Jones GM City, your hometown dealer for every season. You'll see so late that they pay so little.
Call today at 812-570-5307 or find them online at johnjonesautogroup.com.
The beauty of fall is upon us. That means prices are falling, so you can rake in the savings at Fellow Martin Store. Our display floor is full of beautiful quality name brand furniture like Bushline beds, living room suites, recliners, rockers, tables, lamps, and an array of styles and fabrics. Is decorating neat and wet. And with the holidays quickly approaching, now's the time to replace your flooring with new parts of vinyl power hardwood. Mohawk, shawls, seated seats, golden, parquet, or Somerset hardwood. We have a huge display of mixed styles, patterns, and colors to choose from, and every day low, low prices. Philip Martin Store offers you free estimates, professional installation by our own installers, and 6 months savings cash on all merchandise and appliances. We also offer free Christmas layaway. So this fall, why not go on us and save a lot at Philip Martin Store? No soap giving to us. We can sell every day at low, low prices on top soap and name brand merchandise and appliances. Philip Martin Store is located in the heart of downtown Martinsburg. So feel free to give Janice or myself a call today at 967-3 and
High school sports are different, especially in Indiana, and these senior student athletes couldn't agree more.
We all know the saying, in 49 states, it's just basketball, but this is Indiana. Well, the same is true for all high school sports in Indiana, like volleyball, and soccer, and softball, and track, and so many more. We're passionate about high school sports in Indiana. They're an undeniable part of our state's culture. They're woven into the DNA of our community. It's what we dedicate our time to. It's what brings us all together. It's what we celebrate. And as a high school student athlete, that's a pretty special environment to grow in, representing your school and having your entire community behind you. Being a high school student athlete in Indiana is something we never take for granted. And it's an experience we'll never forget either.
I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Nutty. Support future student athletes like these by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic event. This is who we are. This is Indiana. This is your IHSA. Welcome back to Eastern High School. Again, this is game 3 on the season. Lady Musketeers going up against County Wolfpack. Starters for tonight. First off for the Wolfpack, we already talked about Adams going to be their point guard. Then they've got a senior, another senior. That's going to be Pullman. And then you got Stroud, also a senior. Peyton Stevenson, the sophomore, and then Sylvia Farrell, a junior. So you got 3 seniors, and you've got 2 other seniors coming off the bench. So quite a bit of experience for this Crawford County team. For the Musketeers, you've got Avery Smith, Smith, Addie Smith, Sydney Burton. That's going to be Katie Bronner and Bailey Robbins. I think the same group that's had the first two games. So excited about, again, game number 3 and kind of making this a sectional opponent for us. School about our same size, and it seems like the last probably 8 years, just been a tough game every single year. Excited to see kind of what's in store for tonight.
Similarities between our schools, in the sectional, just not just from an enrollment standpoint, but also just being a rural community school, and I think it's been probably a good matchup. But it's very similar in enrollment though too.
Right. If goes to Crawford County, they're going to go right back to Stroud. She's going to try to take it down the lane. I think he is going to get her for a travel. She lost it, and then she kept going with it.
Thank you. Yeah, she kind of got into traffic there, and just really never had a handle on the basketball. Enough handle for travel, but I don't know if she ever really had a good, strong, confident handle on it to be able to maneuver in that traffic.
Looks like Crawford is going to be in a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, they're moved up a little bit.
Bailey Robbins there in the corner. Avery in the high post. On the wing to Addie Smith. Addie gets over Bailey Robbins. Robbins for 3. No good. It's going to be rebounded. There's Adams.
Really like to see us try to figure out. I know it's going to be tough with Stroud in there, but if we can get something down on the baseline and maybe screen her while she's maybe moved up and slide somebody in there.
He's been starting the game man-to-man. Stroud being guarded there by Avery Smith. She's got her hand full tonight.
Matchup.
But again, if there's any defensive player we want on the team, we want Avery on that matchup.
Yeah, she takes a lot of pride in playing defense. I think I've joked before that all 3 of my kids are already better defenders than I ever was. They take a lot of pride in playing D.
It's going to be Katie Hunter gets a nice little block there.
My coaches would probably say, all I wanted to do is shoot. I think Coach Loucks over there may have said that earlier. No, I'm just joking. But had a good time talking to him about our scrimmage the other night.
Did you get to talk or?
I'm listening. Still coaching me.
Ooh, I think
still coaching me. Getting
travel there.
Scouting report. I appreciate it.
Yep. Very knowledgeable man. He knows the game. He's been around a long time.
Yeah. He's giving me his thoughts, and I appreciate it. Tell the kids all the time, good players want feedback from people who have been around it or coaches that know things. And as a coach, always take feedback from somebody that's coached as much as Coach Loucks is. The time. I mean, he played at Miami, Ohio, and coached basketball for a long, long time. He knows a lot about the game. So I appreciate his eyes and his input.
Eastern has just had a turnover. City gets the ball in the high post, try to make a bounce pass, and just the ball could end up in their hands, out of bounds. Crawford going the other way in kind of a weave set. Adams out there on the wing.
Looks like they're trying to run something for Stroud. You look back at coach like, hey, they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Well, baseline jumper, that's number 15, Stevenson. That's going to be good. Crawford scores the first points of the game.
They keep her in front. We got this. Oh, she just blew past us right there.
Yeah, we're not in a very good position there. Gets the ball corner to Hunter. Hunter drives, gets it to Robbins. Robbins out.
Yeah, like right what we did there, but we try to force the pass. I think we need to attack a seam like that, but can't force through people. You got to find. There's got to be somebody else open.
That's number 30. That's going to be Burial going the other way.
We need to push.
Yeah, I don't know exactly why we're not going.
Right there. That's what we got to do.
Nice pass there by Addie Smith. Gets it up to Burton. Gets in the transition for an easy layup. Eastern in there in diamond press.
They come from behind here.
Crawford gets the ball in the middle. May got by with the travel there. That's going to be Adams. Oh, wow. I don't know about that one. Adams on the drive. I feel like Avery's in great position.
A little bit of a bailout.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That was one of those, a lot of contact, but I don't know if there's anything illegal on that play.
Yeah, Avery got one of those last night, too, where I thought she got to the spot. She walled up. She's strong, and the kid ran right into her and bounced off of her, and because the violence of it, I guess, the kid bouncing off of it, it looked like a foul. But really, she was in great position and walled up. It just, the kid was a lighter kid and hit her and fell down, and they got rewarded for it.
That's 41. Lamar's going to check into the game for Crawford. I don't know. Maybe he's looking to get a little more size in there. Adams' second free throw is no good.
That can't happen. That's a pet peeve of mine where
Just don't get a block out on the free throw.
if you're the defensive team, you got 4 in there up against 2 people and a shooter. Like that, everybody should be checking out,
Right.
driving people out. That's one of my things that drive me nuts.
I understand.
Unfortunately, I'm sure it's going to happen, but it drives me nuts.
Robbins makes a tough pass. Burton's able to get it back. Addie in the corner. She's trying to work around. She finds Hunter. Hunter fires for 3. And I think there was some contact there, but I think they kind of bailed her out. We'll take the foul. I think Hunter's going to get 3 fouls there. Or 3 shots there, sorry. Yeah, it was, again, we got to find a way to move the ball.
Called it last night on her again. The same official called this on her, and he's calling it again. He's over the line or something. I didn't see it, but he's watching for it. He got her at Salem last night. Same guy's here tonight.
That's one of those. She steps back. She steps up to the free throw line, and then she kind of drags her toe up there. And he likes to drag her toe back, and so I get it if he's saying that, but
receive the ball and yeah,
like that's just you're just being a jerk to be a jerk, But it is what it is.
Just being very meticulous about that particular aspect of the game.
And just so happens we had that same guy last night. Stroud's going to get the rebound. She's going to try to go coast to coast. She pulls it back out. Gets it over to Perry.
He was definitely very mindful of it.
Yes.
We got to come up. We got to come
by Bailey Robbins. She's going to lay it in a little bit. Just kind of a bad pass, and I think we got to be able to get.
You got to
go back tip.
Yeah, back tip action got to happen.
You're not getting a great pursuit there, Stroud, for a deep 3. That's going to be good.
Looks like you got to make her dribble. She's added that to her game.
Yeah, we weren't getting a lot of pursuit there on the press. It was kind of that initial half trap, and then it was kind of that's it. Robbins, nice little drive, kind of throws it up on a prayer.
That's where I think we can get something done is coming from behind their dribbler and getting back tips. Like I think we have the speed to come from behind there. We just need to be more aggressive with that.
It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be Eastern out of bounds. Sterrett and Trainer are going to check in for the Musketeers. So we're 4 minutes in and got our first substitute.
Yeah, the pace is definitely at the moment.
Ball gets into Sterrett. And Sterrett kind of just throws it up. She gets blocked and then kind of gives a hip check. She's going to get her first foul.
She tried to shoot right through her hands and just no chance there. And then committed that reaction foul. Just the play's over, just get back. But the good thing is it allows us to set our press up.
Yeah.
So maybe we get a back tip here. Because that's, I think, where we can get something done. Don't know if we'll get an initial trap. They're going to throw over, but now here's right. It's got to come from behind. That's where we got to get that.
We got. Oh wow! She's going to get her second foul. That's going to be Sarah's second foul. They're able to throw it over the top.
Long passes. There
has to be a steal.
Yeah, there's something there though. I really feel like if we can make Stroud give it up, or even if she gets it back, pursue her from behind and put pressure on her from behind, and then make a long pass. We got to. There's an opportunity there if we can get in our press. We just got to be aware of that.
That the girls up front in that diamond has got to read the inbounder, or got to read. I mean, she's the person, right?
Yeah.
The person that's back behind the ball, leave them. Let them go, right? We got to cover that one up right away.
Yeah.
In a 3-2 or 1-2-2 zone.
Yeah, I don't feel like Crawford's ball handlers are great. They're smart. Like they're serviceable, but I don't feel like any of them like the girl from Salem last night. She did a real good job. She dribbled through us a little bit. Crawford makes a pass across the lane. No good. That was 15. That was Stevenson. No good from the baseline. 5-5. 3:23 here to play. The pace of play is definitely right now where Crawford wants it.
Eddie Smith out top.
Maybe set a ball screen in this zone.
Burton on the kick. Trainer for 3. No good. Burton fighting for the rebound. Gets an offensive rebound. Trainer out to Eddie Smith for 3. And that's good.
Good kick out. I really wonder if we could set a ball screen for Addie.
Good. There we go, Addie. There's a nice move.
And
Got
get
to
her
deflect
into the lane. But this is what we need. We need turnovers with the press. That's where we got to capitalize.
So what Addie read that perfectly. They went to the wing. They're trying to get the ball back to Stroud right away, and she just gets a little piece of it. And all of a sudden now she's got a steal going the other way. Chance for getting the foul on Stroud. She makes a great jump, a good stop. Pump fake. Stroud goes by. She gets a layup. Puts us up 10-5. So
that's a veteran move there. When she was a freshman, she would have just tried to score it. Probably got blocked right there.
Probably got blocked.
But she knew that was coming and slammed on the brakes. But if we can get the stuff off our press, like I was saying, I get that zone. Just looking at it from up here, there's some seams that we could get Addie maybe in, and then draw up Stroud and maybe slide somebody in behind there, like the short corner for a bounce pass. But I think we might have to set a ball screen, like some sort of bring somebody from the opposite side and screen and kind of get her in that gap and then allow her to pick it apart. We need to get inside that zone.
Well, I think anytime you can get the middle of the zone to commit, right, then your post player should have a field day. Those little interior bounce passes back and forth, or that kick. If you can get the middle of the zone to commit to you, then you got them right where you want you, because it is impossible to defend everything once they commit. You know?
In most levels of high school basketball, girls basketball, even most levels of boy. Now, you get into like the higher levels of you just throw it up to people.
Right, yeah.
But here, bounce pass in the lane.
Yeah.
Bounce pass in the trenches.
We don't have anybody that's going to go up there and dunk.
We're not throwing it up to somebody. So just slide somebody in there, and a nice little worst thing happens, they kick it, get it back.
Eastern in a 1-2-2 half-court trap now.
Not bad idea. There we go.
There's a deflection and a steal there by Honor.
In case she misses.
Honor gets hammered. Nice finish there by Katie Honor.
Called it on the floor.
Oh, wow.
I don't agree with that. She was active shooting.
Wow.
That's unfortunate, because she made a really nice finish left-handed. That was a really nice finish from Katie. I hate that for her, because
it was a nice steal, nice
left-hand finish. And she got fouled. It's definitely going up into the shot. That was the foul going to be on Pollock.
It's going into Hunter.
Getting that gap now. Getting that gap.
Daddy Smith.
Too late. Now Stroud's out of the game. No, I'm sorry. She's over the ball there. I lost her somewhere.
I would bet she's not coming out much all night.
No, I do know that she's had some injury issues.
Right.
You wonder, like, they give her a blow every now and then.
Yep.
There's a missed opportunity there.
Yeah.
Probably should have had an and one. And that call, it hurt.
Right out top, deep three, and knocks it down.
We're going to have to maybe, she shoots like that, we might have to think about doing a little chaser or something on her. Or we're definitely going to have to not let her get the ball above her head. Like, it's just that.
I think Avery's quick enough. Just go get her. Go out and get her. You know, make her put it on the floor. Make her do something with it.
Getting us in our zone stuff. We're not coming out on her.
Ball baseline there to Burton. I think she might have got away with a double dribble. Weak pass.
Again, it's not where you want to throw the ball.
The passing is just not very solid right now. A lot of these kind of lob passes, instead of just put that chest pass on her or put that bounce and get some hump on it.
Just make the easier pass.
Right.
Unless they're just wide open on the wing, but they weren't. Just make the easy pass on the kick out. So they got the ball screen there. Didn't really set it, but it was there.
1:40 to play here. Eastern up 10-8. Honor on the corner.
They're doing a good job of getting out on Katie with Stroud. There's more of a 3-2 look, like you talked about.
Baseline pass. Stroud gets that out of bounds.
That's one. Katie's wide open in the corner, but Stroud's there cutting off inbounds. You almost have to jump out of bounds and make what we call a drift pass.
Right.
You know, you're not standing out of bounds. You're airborne. Don't really like doing that, but
good ball movement there.
A little short.
Avery, nice offensive rebound there. Oh, wow.
Travel.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I think he's going to overturn that one. I think that's a bad call. So Avery working on that rebound, gets a piece of it, kind of tips it to herself, gets bumped. She starts to fall down. She gets rid of it, and the guy kind of on the score table side says she traveled. The other official's going to come in and say, "Are you sure about this?" I think. I think they both had the same look.
Yeah.
said they're doing inadvertent whistles. What he said, point of interruption would be white ball. But he signaled the wrong way. It's not a jump ball.
Yeah, I think
they're
he's calling a jump ball.
that would not be a jump ball situation.
No.
If you're saying it's an inadvertent whistle, it's
Inadvertent whistle
point of interruption.
Yeah,
So
it'd
that's
be
white ball.
It'd be white ball.
So they actually did that one. They did that in the JV game, and I actually thought it was incorrect. The guy blew a whistle on an accident. They blew it, and they used the jump ball to change possession. It should be points of interruption. And then the same team, in that case, I think Sophie Gibson had got the rebound. It would have been our ball, but they.
We got our veteran official come in, and they talked about it. I think they're just going to roll with it. But I don't think it's right. I think the veteran official said, "Hey, we just need to move on at this point. We probably messed this up so bad. If we change it now, it's probably not the right call there, though."
So just over a minute to play. Eastern up 10-8. Crawford gets the ball into Stroud. He's working around in the lane. We'll get Adams on the wing.
Better get out.
Adams over to Lamar. Back to Adams out top. And Eastern's in that 2-3 right now.
Yeah, we're letting them just throw it around and establish the pace here. We got to come out.
You can tell their whole offense is how come they get the ball to Stroud. So Eastern doing a nice job of keeping a body and a second set of hands on her.
Right now, when we're back in, I mean, they're just going to throw it around until she gets the shot. And
Stroud's going to fire for three. It's kind of a deep three.
And Addie did a nice job boxing out there. That was a good job.
Great block out there by Addie Smith.
But they probably passed it 20, 30 times before she shot that.
Well, they've been almost 40 seconds off the clock.
Yeah. But that plays right into their hands. Like we really need to figure out how I don't know if we're going to play a chess match with them. That's kind of their.
Yeah, we need to get this tempo going and get moving.
I keep going back to that call on the floor, Katie. That would have been a 3-point play potentially if she didn't get called for a lane violation again.
Yeah, that was the play before.
Really, Katie could have about 4 additional points here.
Wow.
With the and one, and then being waved off on the thing on the line, and so we could have about 14. Have a little separation. Those 2 calls,
that foul's going to be on Adams.
Large in a chess match.
Now Robbins got hit pretty hard, although it's the right everything, but you still way too much dribbling.
Yeah,
we've got to move the basketball.
Yeah.
We've got to move the basketball. Dribbling. She got fouled,
especially against the zone. If you can attack the seam, but if you don't have it, give it up. You know, you're just not going to get anything else out of it.
Bronner
got to finish
on the inbound. This is the layup.
Got to finish.
This guy seems a little discombobulated.
Yeah, I think the couple calls he's made and our fans have laid into him. I think he's a little. I think he's got to. At this break, he needs to probably just take a deep breath and just relax, get back on track. He's a little, like you said, discombobulated is a good way of putting it.
Shot. We got to know the situation. So that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Eastern up 10-8. We're going to cut for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the second quarter. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
All over Hoosier country. CR Live. Here they go. After the 25. Down to 15. Coming off a college football playoff under Coach Kurt Signetti. Indiana's got the football. The Hoosiers host Wisconsin. Join us live this Saturday. Our coverage begins at 11 a.m. right here on your home for Indiana football. The IU Sports Network from Learfield.
And we're back here, Eastern High School. Again, 10-8. These Lady Musketeers on top of the Crawford County Wolfpack in this first quarter. Not a fantastic quarter, but obviously we have a lead, so we will take that. This case is definitely going to be favoring the Wolfpack. We definitely want to be able to get out and get going. You never want to get involved with officiating and all that kind of stuff. Had a couple calls that could have made a big difference. We're looking at we were on a 5-0 run, and then probably should have had an and one. Looking at maybe an 8-0 run, 10-0 run. Just not able to get over the hump here. Again, I think the second quarter we've got to be able to figure out how to get this thing going. Eastern going back with Addie Smith, Avery Smith, Bailey Trainer, Bailey Robbins, and Sydney Burton. Crawford going back with, looks like their same starting group. Like Eastern in a man-to-man right now to start this second quarter. Stroud out top. Again, we've let her get a couple threes away. There's a nice tip on the defense there by Addie Smith. Addie's going to try to throw it the length of the court to her sister and throws away over her head. I like the pace, but we've got to be able to execute there. Eastern trying to get up there and press in that diamond press. Little back tip. There we go. Bailey Robbins. Nice job. Nice job there. Going to get a steal there on that back tip. They got it back to Stroud. Addie Smith looking baseline. Finds Robbins on the opposite wing. Robbins tries to get in the lane. Throws it up. Gets blocked pretty hard by Stroud. Again, just way too much dribbling here. Stroud on the other end. Rebound Burton. The official's going to get a foul there. They're going to get to that foul. It's going to be on Emery Stroud, her first. And it looks like Crawford is going to begin pressing a little bit. I was not fully expecting this tonight. Crawford in looks like it's either 2-2-1. It looks like a 2-2-1 press here. Eastern goes 4 across. Back inbound to Burton. Finds Addie Smith. Addie up the sideline. Go to Avery. Avery looks to attack. Goes by Lamar. So missed that shot. Burton fighting for that rebound. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay Eastern basketball.
Back there, back on the back end of the press.
Robbins had a nice move there by Sydney Burton on the inbound. Little turnaround jumper. Yeah, you should be good.
Yeah, the head sitting in the room and kind of just fall up. They're going to fade it over there.
Crawford's going to call a 30-second timeout. Again, we're getting pretty good pressure. I'd like to see our secondary just take 2 steps up, right? I think we can't have that secondary on that back volleyball line. We've got to be ready for that pass. The inbounder is going right back to Stroud. So that second person up front's got to take Stroud, and that secondary's got to step up. We got to step up.
Yeah, I agree. Like we're back. We need to step up, probably up to half court, or at least to the next. I see where we're at, but I agree. Like we're just playing way too back on our heels on the backside. We need to be more aggressive.
Robbins had a nice play there, going for that back tip on Stroud. We didn't have a trap, but she gets enough. Really thought Stroud got away with another foul there, but again, just that secondary. Again, it's one of those things. Can't ever gamble there.
Yeah, I agree.
Stroud gets it in. Addie Smith up top it's a kind of a 1-2-2 full court.
Get that.
Again, just a step late. She's gonna fire from about 17. That's Stevenson.
I'll take a shot.
Robbins gets the rebound. Like back tip pursuit 23. That's gonna be Engel tips the ball out of bounds. It's gonna be Eastern basketball.
Bailey in that situation probably should have just secured it first. And you try to, when you get the ball in your hands, you need to peek at your rim, and then if she did that, maybe she'd been able to find an open person. Luckily, we were able to, off the back tip, go out of bounds.
Crawford in 2-2-1. Addie Smith able to just beat the top
right
2.
There.
Nice little move there.
Finish, though.
Not able to finish. That's going to be 30. Ferriel just throws it right off of Avery's hands. Addie did it. She got all the way to the rim. She's got to finish. Get it up around the glass and go.
She also had a dump off on the other side too, but the finish was there, and she's been making that shot. That was a good shot.
Good tip there by Addie Smith. Finds Bailey Robbins. Oh, I think she just traveled, but that's going to be Addie for a 2. A little bit of heck of a play there.
Got to be more aggressive, reading their eyes, get those tips. We got another deflection. Just didn't come up with it.
Get it up the sideline. That time, I hate
a quick shot. Come up with it. Got to come up with
Lamar. Come on, Bert. Come on, Sydney.
But those are just as good as turnovers. Not quite as good as a turnover where you go score it, but beating them up where they're taking these little 12-foot quick shots, and it's not Stroud shooting.
Right. When Stroud's not getting open shots.
Because she has to help break the press, and so that's another advantage of being able to press is it keeps her out of a scoring spot.
Crawford calls off their press. Eastern up 14-8, 5:50 to play. Addie Smith out top. Crawford going to man. Oh, no, right, finds Avery Smith. I think they just got lost. Avery's baseline jumper no good.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that little short corner jumper. I see her just rip it and try to get to the square.
Robbins active in the pass lane. She gets so many deflections in a game. Nice read there by Addie Smith. That's one of those you never want to pass. Come on, Addie.
So Addie should have just went to the right side. I don't know why she went left.
She got a great read. They try to pass off the key. Addie hits the steal, goes coast to coast, and then she hits the left on the other end.
Caught the ball on the right side of the floor and could have totally just went in and scored a right-hand layup and went to the left for some reason and had a terrible angle to score. That didn't.
They're going to call. They call a foul. Thing on Trainer. I didn't think she was by that play, but okay.
Well, this opportunity's there. Those are shots. We've left some points on the board here that we got to have.
Well, there's two. You had kind of the bunny. I mean, it's a 10-foot shot, I guess.
We've had some chances.
Oh, I think she double dribbled. Oh, wow. Wow.
That's a charge.
That Stroud makes a really strong move and puts Avery on her backside.
I mean, she held her ground. Stroud extended her arm.
Addie gets it into Burton. Burton tries to go strong. Lamar with the block.
Trying to shoot through her arms. It's not there. Kick it out. Into doing some
good defense there by Avery Smith. Looks like Adams going to try to get in the lane and just know where to go. Avery gets on the floor, get a jump ball. It is going to be Crawford possession. With good defense there.
In that situation, either A, hop stop and problem solve, like try to pivot and get yourself a little better angle, or kick it out. If you've drawn the defender, trying to shoot it through a taller player's arms.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not going to work, and those don't work. So we could easily have a 10-point lead right now, if not more.
Keep in mind, this was kind of the same way it was last night. Just kind of
stagnant the first half.
First half, just not being able to put them away. Not real sharp. Avery and Stroud battling down there. Adams gets by the high ball screen. Little jumper, no good. We got to come over there. Nice rebound there by Avery.
They're coming up with
Addie coming up.
We're in transition. We need to attack them.
Addie finds Robbins. Again, we got to get somebody at the top of the key. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I like her aggressiveness there, but at the same time, it's just sometimes you just got to give it up to try to get it back where you can do something with it. She was able to get in there and get fouled, but
that's going to be Adams' second foul.
Yeah.
Well, for me, as we got that ball on that right wing, and there is no one at the top of the key. So I think you had Hunter there, and you had Burton on the baseline. Somebody's got to get up there.
Yeah.
So that Bailey's got to easily see that one right, and we got to be able to reset. I like the aggressiveness there, but that's not going to be a high percentage shot, even if she does get through there.
Yeah.
Robbins unsuccessful both free throws there.
Just sometimes you just got to relax and let it come to you. And then the game changes.
Stroud bring it up, trying to go one-on-one.
Oh, come from behind when she turns her back. There we finally got that.
Got an offensive foul there. I thought Hunter was going to get a steal there, but she turned around and
Katie should have went because she, sometimes when a dribbler turns her back to you like that, you come from behind and back tip it or trap them. You're not going to trap the top of the key because that back tip.
The Stroud clearly just cleared Avery out.
Yeah,
almost in the throat area.
There's two on Stroud. See if we can get a third.
The third could be big in this first half. Again, I think you can go in there and attack her.
Good find. That's up.
Robbins.
That was a little more under control.
Goes baseline, no good on the jumper.
I like to see play off 2 feet when somebody's in your helicopter zone, right?
Eastern 4-point advantage, 3.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Adams out top.
D.
Being guarded there by Addie Smith.
Probably close to 5 seconds, ball.
Addie's just relentless there on that ball pressure. Good help side there by Hunter. So we didn't front a lot last night.
They pressed 30 here. We need to get up in her.
That's going to be Ferriel for long numbers. Rest of our team's got to go. You know, if Addie wants to come back and get the ball, it's fine, but everybody else
they're dragging a little bit.
Robbins step back three, no good. Air ball other side. Hunter gets it the other opposite baseline, no good.
And Avery gets a foul on the box out there. Just
I think that's going to be her second.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of those again. You're pushing attack the rim. We don't want to settle for a step back three in a transition in particular.
This is one of those. I absolutely love watching Caitlin Clark play basketball, and you love watching Azzy Fudd, and you love seeing Paige Beckers, but they can do that, right? They can do that. There's not too many high school players that can do that step back.
In college and in the WNBA, there's a shot clock, so sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah.
In high school, there's no shot clock. The only time you might have to do that is at the end of a quarter. That shot, it's just not. It's not a high percentage shot.
Stroud,
it's a high percentage shot. But Stroud just did it.
Stroud gets the ball kind of in that wing area, about a little 10-footer. Eastern up 14-12. Crawford staying in that zone. They do a nice job of matching out. Hunter for three, no good. Rebound there by Braun. Rebound by Braun. Puts it back.
Nice play.
They do a nice job.
Staying composed and finished it. Nice.
Get that trap right there.
Back.
There we go. Just turnover there.
When we score, we can speed them up, and they really, outside of Stroud and Adams, they don't have great ball handlers.
That was Pollock there, got a little nervous. She picked it up right across half court, which is defensively you dream of them doing that. Tries to throw it to Adams, and just you can't get across the half court line. It's 1:49 to play. Eastern up 16-12. I was saying with Crawford, even though they're playing zone, they do a pretty good job.
They read that like a book.
Stroud's going to get a steal. She's going coast to coast. Looks like she's going to get tripped.
Yeah. She tried to cross through traffic, and we just ran right on her foot. Stepped right on her foot. Luckily, I was on the floor.
That foul's going to be on Bailey Traynor. I think that's her second.
Yeah.
I think Coach Broughton wanted that to be on Addie Smith.
I don't think it's yeah. No way on that. But it's definitely a tough foul. You don't want your best player getting hurt.
There's going to be just great defense there by Addie.
Addie's dogging it up a little bit on D.
So she's just got such a size advantage on Adams, and just gets a little piece of it, and all of a sudden now it's a loose ball, and then she gets on the floor, hobbling just a little bit, landed a little funny. I don't know if it was her knee or what, or if she just hit the floor hard. Robin's going to check in real quick.
We need to be real careful right here. They went to a 1-2-2. Now their man. See if we can, right now.
I think this is just their zone.
It's just their zone matching up. But, we're going to have to, I agree. They're just matching up, and they trap when we go to the corner. When you get somebody, right now would be a good time. They're back into it. They fell back into it.
So they're extending that zone a little bit. But Burton hand off to Robbins. Robbins out over to Traynor.
And they're keeping it on this side of the floor.
Again, we've got to get Hunter step up top key.
Don't pick your dribble up. Sydney made herself available, which was good right there. You don't have to pick your dribble up, especially when they're not making you pick your dribble up.
Traynor on the wing.
Make sure you have a pass.
Inside of a minute.
Risky pass.
Hunter fires for three.
Make that right there.
There we go.
A big shot.
Wow, my goodness gracious.
Oh, man.
There's where Burton coming up. Again, she's just a half a step slow. And now she's got to go through Stroud and really hits her pretty good.
Yeah. The ball's in the air. You got to be moving on air time, anticipating a little bit. We're just a step late. It seems like in a lot.
Well, there's not
everything.
There's not a person in the gym that doesn't know where the ball's going.
Yes.
So
Stroud against the press is a get out of jail free card. You throw it up to her. So
we'll get it. Yeah.
You just got to get there. Now they're gonna
Eastern in the 2-3 zone and just keeping two hands on her.
Man, look, it's physical down there.
Crawford kind of passing around the key.
I like
Eastern doing a nice job of at least know where Stroud is on every cut. That's going to be Pollock fires for
three. Get the board.
trainer on. Look up.
Not there now. You missed it. But
I think you had a window. We got to look up. We got to push and look up the floor when people run. 10 seconds. Robbins, I don't know what you're waiting on. We got to go. We got to go. It's just poor execution in the game. I don't know what we're thinking there.
honestly, yeah, you come off that hard and attack the rim and either draw and kick or dump. Just not real confident with what we were doing right there.
Well, it's one of those things. That's not Emma's skill set. Trying to catch the ball on the move, top of the free throw line. That's not. We got to make it easy for her.
Yeah, that's
her on the
probably not the read. The read would probably attack the seam and shoot your pull up or get in there. But normally Addie would probably have the ball in that scenario, and she it's probably not the lineup we want at the end of a quarter executing necessarily.
Well, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. Eastern up 19-12. That's the end of the first half. We'll be right back with thoughts on the first half.
Sullivan Feed Mill is proud to support the radio broadcast of the Eastern Musketeers girls volleyball and wish them great success today at the regionals. When you need feed or other supplies for your farm, stop in at Sullivan Feed Mill in downtown Pekin and see their selection today. Come see Junior and Yvonne for all your feed and fence needs in downtown Pekin. They have everything to get you ready for the fall and winter season. Stop in today at Sullivan Feed Mill, serving you from downtown Pekin since 1941, or call 812-967-3472 and find them on Facebook. Go Musketeers!
When conditions get tough, the road to adventure doesn't have to end. Keep driving all winter long on tires you can trust. Between September 24th and December 9th, get $80 via reward card or virtual prepaid card for online submission with the purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. See www.michelin.com/model/deals-promotions-and-rebates for complete details. Offer expires December 9th, 2025.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic nuts, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Lady Musketeers up 19-12 over the Crawford County Wolfpack. And not exactly the pace of game that I was kind of expecting for tonight. Again, we said Eastern's been playing the first couple games in the 60s. So right now we're on pace for about half that. And Crawford they've been playing their games in the 40s. So we still have a lead, which is fantastic. I think we've had several opportunities that we just haven't been able to capitalize off of. A couple of them were have questionable calls, but you never put too much stock in that. We've got a few bunnies that we missed there around the rim. Overall, defensively, you hold a team like this to 12 points. To be fair, Stroud has 10 of their 12 points. She hit 2 threes from some distance, then had a really nice jumper there in the lane, and then had another tough shot. She's having to work for everything she's got. I think in that second quarter, especially second half of that second quarter, we made an adjustment to make sure we've got a body in front of her and a body behind her in our zone. And so there's really nowhere for her to go. And you can tell that these guards, every time they touch the ball, they're looking to see where can they get her the ball. And really just wasn't a whole lot of options. So unless Stroud comes out on the perimeter, she just wasn't going to see it. So, you would see she kind of work inside. And then when she finally said, hey, I've had enough, I'm going to come out and get it. So good defensive plan there in that half-court set. Offensively, we've got to find a way to keep attacking those things. We've got to find a way to make those quick, sharp passes, those interior bounce passes. I don't think that they can keep up with that. They are long, so they've got some long arms, and they're aggressive. Their zone is big. They do a really nice job of matching up in their zone. They're not just playing an area; they're playing a man in that area. Different teams play zones different ways, but you look at the old Temple team, where again they play that kind of matchup zone. Kind of what you're seeing here, where they're just matching up with the body, so you get some man-to-man principles in your zone coverage. So again, I think we're fortunate to escape there with the lead here in this first half. Sean Smith doing his fan of the game night. I think he's going to end up giving it to somebody from the band. The Musketeer band, the Musketeer Brigade, just a fantastic group. They just add so much energy to the game every night. Not only just do they play and have music, but all those guys are just cheering and hollering and screaming, and they've got organized cheers, and they're just great to see. I think that's Keegan Spalding's going to be the fan of the night. It's just great to see them come. A little bit smaller crowd tonight. I know it's a Saturday night. Thanksgiving's coming up, and people got plans. But again, it's still great to be in the gym. So let's talk about some games in the area. Tonight you had number 5 Brownstown, number 5 and 2A Brownstown going to play at Borden. If I can find the score on that, I'll try to report that. Borden is number 1 in 1A, so a huge matchup there tonight. The Braves versus the Braves. Silver Creek, number 1 in 3A, is going up against the team, Clarksville from Tennessee. I'd be curious to see how that outcome is going to play out. The Clarksville, that Tennessee team, came up and played several schools this weekend. Again, coming up and playing Silver Creek, the number 1A team in 3A. Other scores in the area: Crothersville playing Southwestern. Evansville Wrights playing at New Albany. Floyd Central playing Decatur Central tonight. Jennings County, I think number 7 in 3A, playing at Greensburg tonight, who is number 2 in 3A. So a huge battle there. I think Jennings County was favored to win tonight by just a few points. Again, you got number 2 versus number 7 in 3A. Jennings County obviously got the girl. I had her name just eluded me. The girl's going to Kansas. Right, she can play. She can shoot it. So we'll be excited to see that. Tonight in the county, West Washington playing Lanesville, trying to get their first win of the season. Madison playing at Salem tonight. Madison coming in 4-0. Salem coming in 1-4. Obviously, we just had them last night. Just a ton of talent on that Salem team. I think as they develop and as they grow and they can begin to realize the physicality that's going to be played at this level, they're going to have quite a bit of success. Also, in North Harrison at Scottsburg, you got the battle to win those teams, 0-4, both teams 0-4. So somebody's going to come out with a win tonight. That's a Mid-Southern Conference matchup. And then Rock Creek playing at Springs Valley. So a lot of basketball in the area. I was looking at some polls. I don't put a whole lot of stock in polls, but the basketball in our area right now is just absolutely loaded. In 3A, number 1, Silver Creek. Jennings County, number 7. Charlestown, number 8. Madison, number 12. In 2A, you've got Brownstown, number 5. Austin, number 12. Eastern right now is ranked number 13. And then Providence, 17. And then in 1A, you got obviously number 1, Borden. Number 5, Orleans. Number 8, Lagodi. Number 13, Springs Valley. So again, there's just a ton of talented teams in Southern Indiana right now, really across all the spectrums. So it's exciting when you get to see high-level basketball each and every night. I get to officiate sometimes and just get to love to see just see the talent in Southern Indiana and see the competition, just see some great basketball. So for this particular game, again, I have to think that Coach Drury's got to say, hey, we've got to pick up the pace a little bit. In our press, we've got to be relentless. We need hard minutes. We need to make sure that we're keeping them looking over our shoulder pretty much every single time. But the only way that's going to happen is we can make some easy buckets. We've got to be able to capitalize offensively in that half court. Or in the full court, we got to be able to get some baskets so that we can get into our press and create that havoc and create that tempo. It's definitely where we're going to be our best. So kind of the same thing we saw last night in the first half. We just couldn't really get it going. Really couldn't get any kind of tempo going, and we kind of let Salem stick around. Salem able to knock down some shots, and all of a sudden it was a close game at halftime. in last night's game, the third quarter, that press kind of broke open, and we were able to capitalize on some of the freshman mistakes there by the Salem Lions. Tonight's a little different story. Crawford's coming in here with a very veteran squad. You're looking at, 4 seniors and 5 juniors, sorry. You're looking at girls that have played a lot and had quite a bit of success. This isn't just Broughton's had a really nice program for several years. So look excited to see what's going to happen in the second half. Second half is going to be Eastern's going to go back with Bailey Robbins, Sydney Burton, Eddie Hunter, and Avery Smith. We're going to cut to a real quick commercial break and we'll be right back with the second half of this contest.
Move over, Turkey. It's Chicken Month at your Salem and Southern Indiana McDonald's. We're celebrating our favorite chicken items and pairings all month long with unmissable value and bold new flavors. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? At McDonald's, they both come with savings. Grab a $5 sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles extra value meal and an $8 10-piece chicken McNuggets extra value meal for a limited time.
Quick shot, and oh man, we just let her fly through the middle of the zone there, and just.
I think I had us both on mute. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I think we were both on mute. That's my fault. If you were listening on air, I am so incredibly sorry. That has been corrected.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, we let Adam slide in the lane and just played reaching defense. We didn't cut off the lane. We had three people just kind of reach over, and one of them hacked her, and she got an and one.
Eastern up 21-15. Burton in the middle lane.
And there's a pass.
Mike Robbins in the corner, no good. Avery on the rebound. Had it in her hands, comes off of her knee.
That drift three, that was a good look as a kick out three, stepping into it. Those are threes that are good threes. We'll take those. It's
Put your catch in rhythm, your feet are set. That's what we're looking for.
yeah, we'll take that an open kick out three. I think and especially a game like this, a really low scoring game. We got to make sure we're getting good shots. We've got stuck in playing their tempo.
Stroud will turn around in the lane. That's going to be good for Stroud.
Haven't been able to get this thing up tempo. When we haven't capitalized.
Robbins fires for three. Quick shot. It's good.
He's in the rhythm. Feet was set on that one.
Nation in their press. Almost threw it over Lamar's head.
And you see Lamar just immediately looking for Stroud.
Adams going to fire for three. No good.
Oh my God.
Lamar just put her. That's going to be 41. Comes in from behind and just puts. Yeah, that was a rough one.
Shover or body? Full body.
I think it was one of those. I think I can get this rebound. I don't think she tried to shove her, but it was two hands.
Yeah.
I'm going to climb your back a little bit, but much bigger. Eddie, that's rough ball there. A little slow to get up. But,
yeah.
It's going to be Trainer and Sterrett going to check into the game. Eastern up by 7, 24-17. Robbins out top. Again, let's move the basketball.
That could be. I'm not saying it is, but, we put Stroud on the ground a few times.
I don't know exactly what we're looking to do there.
That could be
that's going to be a turnover there on
Sterrett, their kid on the floor a couple of and I'm not saying it happened, but
again,
I know Stroud's been knocked down a couple times, and they maybe felt like it was excessive.
Robbins on the wrong side of the press there. Offensively, trying to throw a lob pass over the top to Sterrett, and then there's nowhere for her to go.
Good deflection.
Good read
there.
Good read there by Avery. Avery finds Robbins. Robbins
is not there. That's definitely a foul.
They're going to get a foul there. It's going to be on Stroud, I assume. And I think that's her third.
That's her third.
Let's see if this is going to be a factor in this game.
He's not even thinking about it. He's just looking at her saying, be smart.
Yeah.
He didn't even turn and look at the bench.
Right.
She's not coming out, so she gets 5.
Right. I understand that one.
Unless she picks up her fourth, like right now,
right?
Maybe. But too close the game.
If you have a chance to attack her, make her have to make a decision on what she's going to guard. I don't know if our girls are thinking that or not. Robbins, she's going to go at her. Nice little dunk pass. There we go. That is beautiful right there.
That was an under control play. That was nice.
Sometimes I feel it. I think
go get that.
There we go. Nice read there. They try to throw the Stroud.
Yeah,
they're going to call carry there. Just another turnover there for the Musketeers.
There's a great pickup on the backside there, but then we got to. First thing you do is secure it and be under control, and then we just didn't quite get under control and turn it right back over.
Again, lies in the back of that press. They threw it well over Stroud's head, so good recognition there.
Yeah, that's a little volleyball action, anticipating where the ball went. She did a good job, went and got it. Just never really got under control. Probably at some point you just pick it up and secure it, but I don't like her aggressiveness.
Either we were in a different kind of press there, or somebody's out of position that didn't really get any kind of pressure on the ball at any point at that time. Got Stroud being guarded there by Sterrett. Stroud will get over top. Again, in that second quarter, we had one in front, one in behind. And I don't think we can just play her behind. I don't think it's going to be a good recipe for us.
Not with Eliza and Avery down there. Really, any of our maybe, but yeah, they just parked her down on the baseline. They realize how small we are on the baseline, and we're going to have to like you said, have one in front, one behind.
Avery going to drive in the lane.
It's not under control. Needed a hop, stop, and pivot.
Crowd going coast to coast.
Do it.
No good there. Rebound there by Adams. He's gonna dribble out. He's gonna fire for three. No good. Stroud on the offensive glass.
We're standing and watching.
That right there is just not very good basketball right there.
No, standing and watching, letting her get they're eventually going to score it, especially against the Stroud team.
Eastern going to call timeout. We're going to quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Lady Musketeer basketball, WSLM.
Hey, Indiana resident, Dane Crawford, proud Hoosier, longtime drummer for John Mellencamp and many others. So are you looking for something awesome to do this winter? PASIC returns, and it's the greatest 4 days in drums and percussion. It's happening November 12th through 15th at the Indiana Convention Center in downtown Indianapolis. PASIC features 100-plus clinics, concerts, and interactive events in all genres and styles. And PASIC welcomes all drummers, from beginners to touring musicians to music fans, to attend this special celebration of drums in all forms. And Indiana residents get a discount. Oh, yeah. So visit PASIC.org/Indiana for all the details, and I'll see you there.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Eastern with a 26-21 advantage, 1:52 to play in this third quarter. Addie Smith and Sydney checking back in. Avery going to get a quick blow. Offense just got a little stagnant right here. Defensively just fell asleep a couple times, once on a block out and once on kind of just played behind Stroud. She's just too good to just let her have the ball down there. You got to kind of make it as difficult as you did in that second quarter. Yeah. I think she's got all but 3 of her points.
She's got 16. I think she's got 16 of the 21. Yeah, I mean, but the pace we're playing and our struggles to, create some good shots and make something happen here against their zone.
Barrett on the drive. I don't know. I think
he can probably outscore us.
Addie gets the pick, takes the ball. Great run shot. Goodness gracious.
That's a tough basket there, and the girl came from behind us, whacking her.
Coach Drury saying, "Get back." I think she was saying, "We're not going to mess with this press right this second."
I don't know. I mean, I think
I'm kind of with
good things happen when we press. We half court is not our forte.
Good read there. Lamar, I think she gets the ball there on that wing. There's really no reason. She's not going to shoot the ball out there. So Burton makes a good read to stay there in front of Stroud. You got to stare behind Stroud, just kind of keeping that body on her. They try to throw that ball over the top. Addie's going to be able to get the deflection out of bounds.
I agree. This double team Stroud, don't even guard Lamar. Right? Just put 2. If she's going to go in the post, just put 2 on her. Lamar's back in the post. So.
Yeah, unless she's on the block, I'd probably let her take it.
Like right here, high post, she gets it. Just double it.
I think she just travels. Again, that's where you're just a little lazy. You can't just let her there. So Mark catches the ball in the high post and just be able to go that high low and throw it right over the top to Stroud. Stroud's going to go line for 2. That foul's going to be on Burton. That's going to be her third. Stroud's first free throw up is good. Again, I think if the zone is playing on top of her, it's one thing, but the middle of the zone, you got to collapse on her. You got to collapse on her. If Lamar's going to shoot that 15-footer, that's one thing. Go ahead, but giving Stroud the ball 6 feet from the basket is not going to be a good recipe for us. Second free throw is good.
I'm so sure you just don't put somebody on. You can do a chase. Oh, my.
Robbins trying to throw the ball.
You can do a chaser on a post-type player, and then you always just have that person play behind and the other people slide in front of her. Right? You just always have somebody connected to her. I mean, she's scoring all their points.
30 seconds to play. Eastern 28-23. Robbins almost with the steal there. That's going to be Ferriel for 3. No good. Starrett on the rebound. 18 seconds. Let's just get one good shot. Again, I'd like to see, looks like Crawford. I don't know, that's their zone. It looks like they're man for just a second.
Set a screen here and attack it. Get in that lane.
Well, wait. Why are we waiting? It's 5 seconds, 4 seconds. I don't know what we're waiting on. I don't know what that was.
That's That's a struggle right there.
That was not beautiful basketball. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLN.
If you're living with back or neck pain, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming. But expert relief is closer than you think. Schneck now offers 2 specialized practices for spine care, Schneck Neurosurgery and Schneck Orthopedic Spine, giving you access to a full spectrum of advanced treatment options right here at home. We're proud to highlight Dr. Matthew Stanfield, a highly skilled neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience and leader of Schneck Neurosurgery, renowned for his expertise in treating complex spinal conditions. Schneck's Spine Care program proudly welcomes Dr. Kenneth McKinley, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon with over a decade of experience, who now leads Schneck Orthopedic Spine. Together, these 2 practices bring you comprehensive spine care, from advanced imaging and non-surgical therapies to expert surgical solutions, all tailored to your unique needs. And because it's Schneck, you'll receive compassionate, high-quality care without having to travel far. Visit schneckmed.org to learn more. Schneck Orthopedic Spine and Schneck Neurosurgery, expert spine care, close to home.
And we're back at Eastern High School. Start of this fourth quarter, Eastern up with a 28-23. The first quarter we lost. We won the first quarter narrowly, won the second quarter. Finally lost that the third quarter. Crawford, it was a small edge, 11-9. Able to keep this head by 5, but just not able to execute down the stretch in the third quarter.
Yeah, we started off decent, but then just lapses on defense down here where we, just let them get some rebound stick backs.
Looks like Eastern going man there,
right in the lane. I don't think it's as bad as long as
Stroud
doesn't give too much space. No good board. Good board there.
It's going to be Adams on that read.
I don't necessarily think of man in against this particular team and with this lineup is a bad idea, because
as long as you're sagging off the right people.
Yeah, you keep. Avery's done a pretty good job of keeping Stroud in check, and then you sag off Lamar. You go pressure up with Addie and Robbins. Go pressure up their guards. They don't have great ball handlers, and we're kind of just letting them just dribble around and do. They're back on our heels.
In the high post. Yeah, out to Addie Smith. Looks like we're almost in kind of a stall.
We're looking to run the old double stack stall that I think can't remember. Clem Haskins came up with this. I don't know. Jerry Baumholt at Shaw used to run this. I think McBride ran this a lot.
He ran. And then Baumholt ran this at Southwestern. I remember this very clear.
Yeah, Baumholt. This is his thing. Man. Yeah. Who else ran that? Ted Gilbert showed it to me. He ran it a lot. He called it Sheriff. I learned that from him. It's effective. Who else?
Robbins tries to go baseline on Stroud. A lot of contact. Both of them ended up
famously around here. This loves it. Just runs it all the time. I'm trying to think.
They're going to get Stroud on that foul. It's going to be her fourth, I think.
It can be really effective if you move quickly and make good, really short, crisp passes. It can bother people.
Avery gets it out to Addie.
I don't know. Up 5 is, but I don't know. Up 5 in this game might go take the ball.
Going to that with 8 minutes to play. It's
risky. Because you really need to keep attacking and trying to score. Because right now they have the only person on the floor that is a given score. If you're going to do this, you probably need to match it on the other end and just face guard Stroud and just try to not let her have the basketball.
And maybe you just Coach Drew's going to say, "Hey, we're going to put my guards against your guards, and we'll see."
I like that. I like our guards against their guards. We just can't.
Addie finds Avery Smith on the lob. Avery with a really strange looking shot, flipped 2 defenders and able to put one in. Takes a 7-point lead. Eastern back to that press. Front of our press not really. Robbins goes down. Going to be Steve.
You got a double right there. You got to double her
right away.
Yep.
Again, I think if you're going to let anybody go, 15's going to fire.
Barely shoot it.
No good.
Lamar just come in there and that was a good drop.
Good read there by Bailey Robbins. Avery might have got it, or Addie might have got it. One there.
Might have said, "Hey, touche."
Yeah. I think it was more of a blind. I don't think Addie was out of position. I think it was just blindside. Good read there by Addie. Come on, Avery.
That was good.
Good.
That's
They started to put a little more pressure up on the guards and let Avery go to the basket.
Yeah.
Adams tries to get in the lane, finds Ferriel. Ferriel out to, that's going to be back to Stevenson. Steven drives baseline.
Easy.
And no good.
Come up with
Burt with the rebound.
Rip it, pivot, out of pressure there. All right, you don't have to push.
4:50 to play. Eastern with a 7-point advantage.
If we're going to run this here, we got to make our layups. We've got 2 layups out of it. It turned out not to be a bad move.
Burton, top of the key.
Just be methodical and see what you get. Thank God there's not a shot clock yet.
Exactly. From what you've heard from the AD perspective, what's the timeline of that?
You know, I mean, Kentucky voted it in. Oh, man, that can't happen. So Kentucky voted in. It's going to start next year. I just think that the way things are working, it seems like when one state does it, another follows. So it wouldn't shock me if we didn't vote on it.
I think there's already like 30 states that have it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and from a game standpoint, like a developmental standpoint, I see it. You know, kids are going to get better playing it, but it's just going to make the scheduling and I think classification of sports even that much more important because you're not going to be able to, like, if you're just totally outgunned, you're not going to be able to come down here and run sheriff, we call it, and run it for 2 minutes, or like Crawford in the first half passed it 23 times, one possession. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to play.
Right.
And so I think, you know, you're outmatched, you're going to see a lot of blowouts. But, you know, where a team could control the game maybe by playing a very slow tempo and mucking things up like tonight. But if people, you know, if you can class things up correctly and have teams that are fairly evenly matched, playing off the same pace with the same shot clock, obviously, like, kids are going to get better that way. It's going to force kids to improve from playing. And actually, you got 30 seconds or 45 seconds to go make a play, you know, you're going to have to go make a play.
It's one of those things, I got such mixed feelings about it just because it fundamentally changes the game.
Absolutely.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with basketball. You know, it's pretty good.
Somebody told me the other day if there was a shot clock, you know, like there's a lot of teams that probably wouldn't have had the success they've had. You know, you say Lagodi, all the years they've done it. Some of the other, you know, some girls teams that are really effective at milking the clock.
Stroud on the drive, trying to get around, tough shot, no good. Robbins comes out with it.
Pass to the head.
Again, you got 3 people on you. I think just go ahead and pass the head, gets it out to Addie Smith.
Addie, let that girl pick her pocket. I think she's being a little more careful with it now. Now we're in more of a spread type.
Bring her up to Robbins. I think Robbins is looking for
either. As long as people get open, you don't throw it to the other.
Robbins throws it away. It's going to be Stevenson gets the steal. Again, she just got to relax. Nice pump fake there by Stevenson.
That was good. That was good pivot work.
Burton gets the rebound. And Robbins just got to be patient. I don't know. She's got to learn to just relax. And you're trying to get Addie. She got double team, but you got to find a make a pass.
Now, if we're going to spread,
Trainer finds Burton in the low post.
Get it back out. You know, I guess, like with a spread like that, I like the idea of spreading and actually cutting to the ball side and overloading the ball side and then giving you a lane to drive into the middle and then center the ball back up. We're kind of standing and just passing it around, and eventually you're going to turn it over because there's no movement. You center it up and get out of that corner there.
Gets it out to Robbins, off the inbound. Robbins over to Addie Smith.
They were just cutting and replacing, and they can just switch that and keep it pinned down over here.
Oh, they're going to get 5. It was almost a 5-second count there. Addie gets fireman. They're looking for when to trap. Addie makes a nice pass there to Sydney Burton.
Got to finish that. I think we have the personnel to spread it out like that. We just probably need to figure out how to open a driving lane a little better.
So you want to make sure you got one cutter, and you always have a release.
Yeah.
So as you begin to see who's going to go trap, and he's being kind of picky about who goes to trap, that person's got to recognize, hey, my man takes off. What's the outlet? What's the release? And then, hey, we only want one person cutting at a time. We can't have three. Got to be one. There's 1,000 different ways to do that, but we got to figure out what that's going to be for us.
Yeah. I think we got the personnel to do it a little bit if they're under control. And like I said, when you cut, you can't jog and cut either. Like you got to sprint through hard and pull your defender through. Or
Burton cashes in both free throws on the line. The other end, that's going to be Stevenson with the pull up.
That girl looks like she has a little bit to her.
Addie Smith able to break able to kind of break through the pressure in their pursuit. They kind of run over. That's going to be looks like
we got to make free throws here. That's the thing. If you're gonna spread the floor out and hold the basketball, you got to make layups and free throws.
That is going to be the bonus. So at this point, it's layups and free throws. 2.5 minutes to play. Eastern with a 32-25 advantage. Addie Smith going to line 4-2. And this is where you this is where your guards earn their money.
Yeah.
Not literally, but
you got to step up, and you got to have confidence in them, and they got to be confident in their free throw shooting. And yeah, I mean, you have a lead, and you have guards that can take care of the ball at the end and spread people out and make foul shots or make the right decision and get a layup. And good things happen. Addie's shot's a little flat. Her release is flat right now.
Second one no good. Grab lost the side. Robbins almost had a little tip there. Don't guard her, man. Don't guard her. I don't fully understand that one. It's going to be Ferry out top. They throw it over the top of Stroud. And Avery Smith's going to be able to get a steal. I bet Avery's got 6 or 7 steals tonight.
Yeah, Avery's, rebounding and steal, stuff like that. Stats are get it out of the corner.
Get it out of the corner.
Down there.
Yeah, I think that's that's a good time out there for Coach Drury.
So Amy's college coach, who won a ton of games at IUS, Robin Ferris, all-time winningest coach there at IUS, he would always get on to his guards about that, and he'd say, you're running out of real estate, right? Or he'd ask them if they're going to the popcorn stand, right? Because there's just nothing down there in that corner, and when you're trying to, especially in this situation, you want to center the basketball up. You got to find a way to get in the middle of the floor where it opens up your passing lanes. And if you go to that corner, you're going to get trapped, and not good things are going to happen. We got lucky we were able to bounce. Coach was all over that and was able to call the timeout and save us. Because that was I think they had 3 people had us corralled down there, and I don't know if we were going to get it out of there.
Well, it's one of those things. Basketball, I mean, all sports are game of action-reaction. So you're not reacting to what the defense is doing. You're just going.
They're just chasing the ball.
And that's not going to be offensively. We want to see what the defense is doing and then counter. I mean, it's if you're just going in there blazing, this is not the time for that. Good post up there by Avery. Avery on the inbound, no good on the.
She's failing the physics test. She's not getting it up on the square.
Stroud finds Stevenson in the fast break. Stevenson's going to put up 2.
That was probably the right play, but
Addie Smith in the press.
Get to the middle now. Get to the middle.
Trainer
center.
Minute and a half to play. Eastern with a 6-point advantage. They're going to get Addie Smith
to give it up sooner.
And she's getting triple teamed, and none of our guards recognize that she's getting pressure, and we got to go help.
Yeah, there's nobody. We got to have somebody flash middle, somebody come from behind. If they score here, it turns into a 4-point game. Or if they hit a 3, it's a 3-point game.
Lamar fires for 3,
it up,
which is exactly the shot we want them to do.
I'll live with that. Now we need to center the ball up.
Everybody, make sure you know that where your outlet is, where your recovery is. No lazy passes here.
And you don't want to throw over top of Stroud.
Yes.
Because she's 6 foot, you got long arms and jumps well. Bounce passes are good. Good. We don't have to shoot here.
Just inside of a minute.
They're going to foul. We're going to have to make free throws. Don't be careless with the basketball. Or make a
Oh, wow.
That call there.
So
Burton got away.
Robbins found Burton in the high post, and they committed. I think they're going to start fouling. She makes a nice bounce pass. Avery makes a layup, but they're going to say they fouled her. Just kind of a, I understand, but it's come on. We want that break just a little bit.
I feel like, we've had at least
Burton's
There's
first.
been 3 calls, and I feel like in those 3 calls, it's cost us 6 easy points.
Right.
And I hate to be that way, but, I mean, they're just kind of like head scratchers. And
Well, when the difference in the game is 6 points, there's a huge difference between 6 and 12.
that's a big deal. Now, on the flip side, we've missed at least 5 bunnies.
Right.
We've missed
Burton's free throws. Burton's second free throw is good to extend this to 7, 34-27.
You know, we have not helped ourselves in a game where, so
Good pressure there,
So
but
at the end of the day, you control what you can control, and we need to do a better job of making those bunnies and
Stroud set back. They got a ball screen there. She airballs.
and it's taking care of the basketball. Go to her. Got to go to her. And we didn't meet the pass right there.
Stroud's going to get a steal and a lay-in.
We just kind of ran to the ball and stood there and didn't meet the pass.
That is going to be, they're going to call, Crawford's going to call a full timeout. They cut it to 5. We're going to just stay right here. Again, just kind of laziness right there. Again, it's not just Addie's getting all the pressure, 2 or 3 people.
3 people on her.
There's got to be 4 other girls to recognize. So you want to send one down the floor, that's fine. Somebody's got to be on that sideline. Somebody's got to get back there behind the ball. You cannot just throw a lob pass and think that one of our girls is going to out-jump Stroud.
Would have been behind her. It would have been an easier pass.
Right.
If she would have just stepped to the pass, she would have probably had the basketball. But she just kind of stood there on the same line as her. Just she's got to go meet that pass.
Even then, a bounce pass probably works better than that lob that doesn't have a lot of oomph on it.
And if you're behind her, a bounce pass is a little easier. And that's kind of like when you're getting trapped, you want to have somebody kind of behind the person with the ball. You need a sideline person, a middle person. The diagonal could be there if they overload, but you need those 3 passes, and I don't think we had really any of them.
Right.
And that's how we ended up there.
Right. Well, again, Eastern hanging on to a 5-point lead, 34-29, with 29 seconds to play. Again, not exactly what I was expecting tonight, but Eastern doing enough things to hold on. We'll see if we can't figure this out.
Yeah, I feel like our game last year with them was on a Saturday night after we played Borden, and it was just very similar. It was just an ugly game, very low scoring. But I don't know that plays. Oh, it's going to go over top. Randy Moss action there.
That is
you don't have to score it. Just dribble it out.
Mike McBride's touchdown play. What he called a touchdown. You send your wings up and then just throw along.
That's in that situation, they're bringing everybody. That's a great play in that scenario. Needed a little more on it to where Addie didn't have to wait for it. If she could have caught it on the run, she probably would have got a layup out of it. But
that's one of those. I don't have a problem if she shoots a layup, but
I like that she dribbled it back out because the girl was able to recover simply because
Addie able to connect on the first free throw, and it's the second.
And then we foul there, but we got fouls to give, so that's okay.
Robin, you got to just. I'm sure Coach Curry can just chill out. We do have fouls to give, and so it's not a horrible thing, but again, just relax. We
definitely don't want to foul in the act of shooting. And Stroud's smart enough to, if we foul her, she'll throw it up there probably.
I think this is where you just don't help off Stroud at all.
Let her get the ball,
stay on her.
Yeah, we gave her way too much space.
Fires for 3 and knocks it down. I don't understand.
Don't let her get it, and then just get up in her.
And, she drives. You got to trust that your teammate's going to help. She knocks that one down. Cuts it to 3-point game.
Turnover to 3.
8.2 seconds to play. Again, I just didn't handle that situation. Stroud, I think that puts her at almost probably at her average. That's 23. I think that is what she's averaging on the season. Again, we'd like to see. We've got to get something in. We know they're going to be coming hard, looking for that steal. And at this point, we've missed 3 layups here. 3 free throws in this fourth quarter. Hopefully, that's not going to be a factor. Got to be able to handle their pressure right now. No late passes. Come meet the passes. I heard Coach Morris say that about 700 times in the first 3 games. Come meet your passes. Come meet your passes. We'll see. We've got Sydney Burton, Addie Smith, Bailey Robbins, Bailey Trainer, and Katie Honor in the game. Just checked in for them. Sydney Burton's gonna inbound.
We might. Doesn't look like we're going to try it again. We're just going to try to get it in.
Gets it into Addie Smith.
And Addie gets fouled right away. And
that's
got to step up.
That's going to be Adams. Is that her fourth or fifth?
She needs to get lift on her shot here. She's been just a little flat with her release this weekend.
That's Adams' fourth foul. Obviously, it doesn't matter at this point. 7.3
Needs to make one of them.
7.3 seconds to play. Eastern with a 3-point advantage. Again, like to get one. Love to get both. We need to get one. First one up is good. So 36-32.
She's kind of in that trend she was in last year, a little bit earlier in the year, where she makes her first, misses her second. Let's see if she can make her second right here.
And the second was good. Eastern with a
so now we don't
5-point advantage.
And you just go, she's going to pull it. You don't give her space.
Yeah. Crowd no good for the three, and that's going to be the end of the contest. Lady Musketeers victorious 37-32.
Lucky to survive a little bit, but this is good because first double weekend, obviously we're not sharp at all. Maybe they weren't sharp either, but Stroud was. She's pretty tough. But one of those things, sectional opponent, when we play them again in the sectional, it's going to be exactly the same, I'd say. They're going to try to slow it down tempo-wise, and we're going to have to probably either figure out how to get to capitalize when we get it up tempo, or we're going to have to grind one out like we did tonight. So it's good to see that we could finish one off in a grinded-out game.
We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with some stats and some thoughts on tonight's contest. We'll be right back.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
And right, from driveways to bridge work, and paving to construction and excavating, there's one name you can count on: Temple & Temple Excavating. Serving homeowners and also handling big jobs for city, county, and state highway projects, they've built a reputation on quality work since 1948. Driveways, construction, demolition. If you need it moved, cleared, built, or torn down, call Temple & Temple Excavating at 812-883-6644. Temple & Temple have been supporting Washington County for 77 years, one project at a time. Call Temple & Temple today at 812-883-6644 or find them online at templeandtemple.com, where you can also apply for job opportunities.
And we're back here at Eastern High School as we wrap up tonight. Final score, Lady Musketeers victorious 37-32 against the Crawford County Wolfpack. Again, not exactly what I was expecting tonight. The Lady Musketeers are going to advance to 3-0, and Wolfpack will fall to 4-2. This is definitely a team we're going to see again. I have to imagine we're going to see this team again in the sectional. Crawford ended up 32 points, and Stroud ended up with 23 of those points. Stevenson had 6, and then Adams ended up chipping in 3. Again, Stroud she's just a fantastic player, and I know Coach Drury said that when we talked to her before the game. You're not going to just shut her down. You're not going to stop her, but how difficult can we make it on there? And especially there in that second quarter, and really even late in that fourth quarter, I think we did do a nice job of just making every basket she had tough. There was no easy ones, nothing that was just going to be so easy for her. Had a little scare there in that fourth quarter because they were able to cut it within a possession. But Eastern able to take care of business late in the game, really just kind of controlling the clock that whole fourth quarter pretty much. For the Musketeers, Burton ended up with 7, Addie Smith with 13, Katie Hunter had 4, Avery Smith had 4, Bailey Robbins had 7, and then Emma Bronner chipped in 2. Again, balanced attack for the Lady Musketeers. I do not have the turnover stat, but I'm sure that Coach Drury is going to be looking at that number. Just entirely too many silly, careless passes tonight that you just can't get those back. Some of those are just forced situations, and some of those are just bad reads. Something we've got to clean up as we move into our season. As we get going, our schedule doesn't get easy. You know, we've got a tough schedule, especially the second half of our schedule after Christmas. You know, we were able to escape tonight, 3-0. Henryville's going to be ready to go next week. That's going to be next Saturday night. And Christian Academy, this may be one of the stronger Christian Academy teams that they've had in a while. I know they're just 2-3, but they're going to be ready to play. And then we face Brownstown in just a few weeks. I think number 5 in 2A. They're going to be ready to go. So some things I think we can identify, and definitely some great things. Our press worked a little bit tonight. Last night our press looked fantastic, especially in that second half. So definitely got some things to work on. But again, able to pull out a win tonight, which is always exciting to escape. So the Lady Musketeers move to 3-0. Wolfpack will fall to 4-2. That's going to be it for us tonight. This has been Jake Johannesmeyer, Sean Smith. We are going to sign off. We will be back in action next week. I think the boys will be playing Borden, and then the girls will be back in action against Henryville on the 26th. That would be next night. Tuesday night, I think, is the Borden game. I know everybody's going to be ready to go for that as the boys season gets kicked off. I want to wish the boys team the best of luck as they get going. We got to see them in their scrimmage the other night. Definitely a lot of pieces that are falling together. You know, Sean didn't have quite the off season that he probably would have hoped just with the short turnaround. But got a lot of pieces they're going to be able to put together. They play with energy, play exciting. We'll see kind of what they're made of come Tuesday night against at Borden. I think that's right. And we will have that on air. So again, signing off. This has been Jake Johannesmeyer, Lady Musketeer basketball. Again, victorious over the Wolfpack, 37-32. Thank you guys, and have a fantastic Thanksgiving.